Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything, the pre-workout, it's played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.
I believe Harrison Jones wants to ask you, why do you think people praise Spence so much when you have the better resume and have beaten the better fighters?
Well, you know, I remember back in the day when I had my first headliner. It was at the StubHub, and Julio Diaz.
Oh, yeah, Joel's brother.
Yeah. You know, and I fought Julio Diaz. Julio Diaz had a good fight against Amir Khan. He had two good fights against Sean Porter. And
a lot of people felt he won the first fight with Sean.
A lot of people did. I actually legitimately scored it a draw, and then the second fight, Sean edged it out with his style and his offensive brute force. So, you know, I was well prepared for Julio Diaz. He knocked down Amir Khan. He made Sean look a little unprepared for the classic, you know, the real good pros, because he was a veteran, and I just wanted to be really prepared for that fight, and I was. And even in the fight, if you go back and watch the fight, at the second round, he sat down and he goes, his brother is like, come on, you got to get in this fight. And he's like, man, the kid's awkward. And he's like, he's awkward. Yeah, he's awkward. I told you he's awkward. Like, no, you didn't. Stop lying to your brother. Okay, you didn't tell him I was awkward, right? But long story short, after the fight, Chris Getty got to talk to him, and he said, you know, Keith Thurman, you know, your boy's got power, but besides that, he looks like he's vulnerable. And then as soon as I go to do something about it, it's not there no more, you know? And I think one of the reasons why people like Spence's style is because his fundamentals of the way he keeps his hands up, the way he is spacing, his jab, they don't see vulnerability. They see lack of vulnerability, right? The way I fight, they still see Thurman can be hit. We've watched Thurman get hit. His last fight, Jose Cito Lopez hit him with a left hook. He got caught with that body shot. He can't take body shots, you know. They just see vulnerability, you know. Floyd got caught by Sugar Shane Mosley, you know. And then after that, he made sure it never happened again, you know. I believe that, you know, I adjust. I make whatever you want me to do, I'm just going to do what you don't want me to do in the ring, you know? I want you to be frustrated. I want you to think, oh, snaps, this isn't, I thought I was going to prepare for Keith in this way, and yet he's presenting something else, you know? I like to see that confusion on a fighter's face. For an example, Danny Garcia, right? They thought, I don't know what they thought. I mean, his dad talked a whole bunch of trash, you know? They thought they can't lose the dudes with ponytails. That's what they thought, okay? At the end of the day, I went in there and I showed them I'm the welterweight champion of the world. Here's my right hand. Boom. Here's my power. Boom. I know you got it too, but here's mine. And now what are you going to do about it? Because I got a plan on what to do about yours. What's your plan about mine? You know, he didn't have one. If he had one, he would have had a better performance, okay? We struck him. We hit him with that. We got the respect button. Instant. Respect.
Yeah, the first round when you hit him with a big overhead. Yeah.
Respect. Put the respect on my name. Know that you need to respect me in the ring. And I worked for it. I forced it. I took it right to him. Second round, I was still right up on him, you know? And then as I decided to slowly box, it took him a while to realize, oh, he's not as aggressive anymore. Oh, he's boxing. Maybe I can be aggressive. Oh, wait. The world title's on the line. I do want to still be champion. Let me try to fight. Too late, you know, too late. I dominated the opening rounds, and we tug and ward for the finishing rounds, and my hand got raised for multiple reasons. I knew Danny was a counterpuncher, but I never fought Danny. So when I fought him, it was different. I'd never seen somebody. I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you, and we ain't gonna throw a punch, because I want to throw a punch, but I almost want to kind of give you the opportunity to throw the punch. I realize you really don't want to throw a punch. You really, really want me to throw the punch so that you can throw the punch with my punch. I've just never seen somebody who just, like just think about it, right? You're about to fight in the streets, right? Do you want to be the first one to throw the punch or the second one to throw the punch? Danny Garcia is committed to being the second dude to throw the punch. Yeah. And I had to accept that. Mm-hmm. And then when I just accepted that, I said, okay, that means I'm getting off first all the time, right? And what's one of the fundamental rules of boxing that coaches tell you? Be first, boy. Be first. First be last. Be first and be last is the real formula. Mm-hmm. If you want to win, be first and be last, But the first thing the coach will say is be first. He's willing to be second. So all I had to do was take that amateur mindset, be first and be last. 1-2 in, let him throw that hook, step back out, 1-2 back in. There we go. I'm throwing, you're missing, I'm throwing again, and that's how we won that fight.